Welcome back to the House of Cards, everybody. Thank you again for joining us for another Monday Mailbag. Yes, we're going to get into last week's pickups. Pretty big one today, so hopefully you got a little free time here. Maybe you're still on holiday break, or like here in Seattle, you're snowed in and can't go anywhere. Anyway, you guys saw the Seahawks game yesterday. It was snowy. But anyways, the mailbag's a nice mix today of all kinds of stuff. A lot of UFC, a lot of soccer, football, you name it. You got in this mailbag some baseball too. So get ready, enjoy that. If you haven't yet, of course, I got to ask, hit the subscribe button. That would be amazing. If you liked the video after you watched it, hit the like button. And of course, leave a comment if there's something you want to say about one of my pickups or anything along those lines. All right, guys. Well, we will go quick there because we got a long video ahead of you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. All right. Well, let's jump into this one. Looking like a train wreck. All right. Looks like a graded card. Try not to scratch the case. There we go. All right, cool. So this was kind of a strategic one to sort of follow my old get a cheap slab and see if it's worth a crack in resub. But this was one that I saw. This is a 2002 SP Authentic, so just your kind of base SP Authentic card for Brady. But 2002, obviously one of his early years, not his rookie, but definitely his second full season playing. So yeah, I think these go for a decent amount, graded, and PSA obviously they go for about I say the PSA 10s go for about 300 to 350 ish, at least last time I checked. Could be off now, but the raw copies go anywhere from about like 30 to 50 bucks. So I saw the price on this one and it was slabbed already, and I was just like, well, it kind of makes sense possibly to get it, and see about maybe doing a crack and resubmit, because it was about the same price as a raw copy anyways. So anyways, took a risk on it. I'm gonna kind of try to inspect it as best I can through the plastic here, but you just never know with these, kind of what man mobile, I don't even know what that means. Anyways. All right, well there you go. Tom Brady SP man mobile 10. So amazing. All right, let's get into this. Okay. Looks like it's in top loaders. That's good. All right, cool. So, I have a confession to make. I don't know. I should have done the research beforehand, but I don't know what Topps Chrome set this is from. So, as you know, there's a 2003 Topps Chrome, which is the it's kind of like that, like kind of retro looking one, the dark one. And then there's the 2002 Topps Chrome, which is the green one. That that's a pretty highly collectible card. It's his first Topps Chrome. But then there's this one, and this one is like a weird kind of like thicker one. So what's weird about this is that it is a Topps Chrome. You see the Topps Chrome logo up there, but it's not from the main Topps Chrome set. So it's kind of this like. There's also a refractor version of this too that fetches a decent penny. Nowhere close to what like the refractors go for regularly, but I don't know if this is like part of a pre-made set or something. Or anyways, I'm gonna try and do some research on it, but if anyone knows the answer, put it in the comments. Like, I don't know if it's like part of a complete set or something that's different than your base Topps Chrome, but it's just weird because it doesn't say like any other you know, like brand or anything on the back. Like it's not like some special like Topps chrome or something like that, or you know, weird stuff like that. So anyways, pretty cool card. Obviously the refractors go for really a good chunk of change, but these ones are still pretty cool too. Hard to get centered, so that's why I was attracted to this one, because it's actually pretty good centering for this card. Usually it's way off left to right, but this one looked to be pretty on point. But yeah, the rest of it looks okay. I don't think this is like a super gradable card, I would say. It's got a little funkiness on this back corner here. But other than that, you know, cool card. Early Brady. I'm sure there's a nice market for that. So I might just end up sticking it in a bargain bin and selling it raw to someone at a show or whatever. But get it into a proper thick card sleeve here. There you go. All right, moving along. All right, that's a nice little cheap one I got here. Just again, part of my gold collecting, Donruss gold collection. Look at that, nice. Yeah, the little tab there. Real professional on our hands here. So this is the Kevin De Bruyne. This is the insert, Magician's insert from the 18 Donruss set. So it's really beautiful card, I think, in my opinion. The colors are really cool and just has that like kind of 80s vibe of the, you know, the font they use and everything else. But yeah, numbered out of 75 there. So just thought it was a cool card, and for the price he's selling it for, I was just like, yeah, I mean, that's a no-brainer. So grab this just for fun, just to kind of have another gold insert card that I enjoy collecting these. Okay, let's get into this big boy. Oh, look at that. I was wondering why it was so thick in there. All right, this is a graded card. Let's see if we can just, one of these episodes I'm gonna like slice my wrist open doing this. So morbid. All right, there we go. Nope, still doesn't want to go. All right, this side. There we go. Ah, yes. All right, well, I think, personally, I didn't pay $750, first off. You'll see what I paid. But I am excited for this because I've been looking at these hoops cards for a while now, and I have a decent number of the base hoops because I think they're a good cheap kind of entry point to Giannis rookies. But I saw this one. I've been looking for the gold for a while, raw, because I wanted to get one and grade it, but just haven't had luck finding one that looked decent enough to grade. So when I saw this one pop up, I was just like, geez, might as well. And it was not much more than, you know, the raw copies of the gold ones. I mean, they range, but I would say, depending on, no condition obviously, but one that was in nice condition like this, probably be like upwards of 200 plus. So the fact that I got this for what I got it for, you know, a shade above the raw, and I got it in a gem mint. You know, the corners say a 9 on here, but just kind of looking, they look pretty solid. So again, I don't know what the BGS overlords are really picking on here, but I mean, if anything, just like, I mean, just like nothing really. I mean, tell me if you guys see a banged up corner in here. And it's hard to, because when you got the white on the back, you know, it's really hard to see bad corners. So anyways, I'm really happy to have this card because I wanted more Giannis rookies. I've just been hyper focused on trying to get some more of him right now. I think he's still super undervalued, and you know, for how young he is, what he's already accomplished, what he has potential to accomplish, you know, just think he's gonna continue to just be a monster. So want more Giannis cards. Okay, this one's international. Where are we from? Don't know. Couldn't tell you. Great Britain. There we go. Great Britain. So odds of it being soccer is high, but you never know. Graded card too. lot of graded cards today. Oh yeah, nice. So I really love the 2015-16 Select set. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's one of the most well-designed cards of the last 10 years or so. So I saw this one pop up for a really low price. I know it's a CSG 9, but in my opinion, it's a really beautiful card. Could easily cross. The edges are what got the low score, which edges are always, in my opinion, always overgraded, especially by the kind of off-brand companies. So they're probably just grading this little tiny, like it's not even like bad, it's just a little funkiness down there. But regardless, I think even if I wanted to cross this over to a PSA 9, it definitely would do it. But this is the purple parallel, so this is a really beautiful parallel. It's numbered to 99, so nice short print there. There's only a few shorter printed than this color. I think there's like pink and one or two other ones, gold and something else. But yeah, the purple is beautiful. I love the CSG slabs, I can't lie. I just hate how big this is. If they just like shrunk this down like 30% smaller, like you don't need the grade to be that huge, you know, like just shrink it down a little bit, tighten it up a little bit, maybe give it a little more pizzazz so it doesn't look like just like a white piece of paper in there. I think the CSG slabs in hand, like the feeling of them it's outstanding. You get the round corners, you know, they recess so they sit on top of each other really well. They're really nice slabs, so if they can just get this label figured out, shrink it down 30%, that would make their slabs, I think, way more collected. And it's kind of funny that people put that much onus in the slab itself, but you know, it is what it is. People love their, you know, I mean, even if you look at it like in comparison to a BGS slab, I mean, look, it's like double the size. It's crazy. And for whatever reason, they can fit subgrades and everything else on theirs, but for some reason they need, you know, a giant giant piece of paper in there to be able to get everything fit. So I don't know. Anyways, cool looking Lewandowski there, purple parallel. This big boy here. What this is? Why it's so big? Mbappe. Wow. Okay, well, I know what's in it. I'm wondering why it's in this giant cube here. Wow. This is a whole lot of packaging. Like I said, I will never complain about safe packaging, even though it makes it a little challenging to get to. This definitely falls into my drop off an airplane and it'll still be good category. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Oh, got some more bubble wrap for the collection, that's for sure. Promise, guys, we'll have a card in here. Okay. There's literally like 9 layers to this packaging. This is wild. Of course, the last layer is the most difficult. We're right there. Okay. Whew. Tired. It's a small workout to open this thing. Alright, so oh my gosh. What I picked up is from the 2017 Select Soccer. This is sometimes regarded as one of Mbappe's rookie cards. As I've talked many times before, his true rookie is the sticker, the 2016-17 sticker, but the 17-18 sets are, you know, regarded by a lot of people as rookie cards. So this is just the base. However, this is the short printed field level. so it's definitely more rare than like your standard base cards. So I think, you know, it still holds value even in the base format. So I think it's a good card to have. They do also have like a prism version, a bronze checkerboard, I think, and a couple other ones. But the base one has pretty good value still. So I like picking these up when I see them available at a decent price. I think they're a good buy for him. Again, centering on these is the biggest issue. The centering on this one isn't perfect. The top to bottom's a little bit off there. Left to right's okay. I think it's tolerable. Top to bottom though might be slightly too much off to assume this would get a 10, but and then surface of course is always a problem on these. So this surface, just looking real quickly here outside of the holder, is pretty good, so don't think that's going to be a problem. But your centering is always going to be the number one issue, and then of course surface being the next most common issue. But this one looks pretty good. I don't think there's a huge problem with this. I think definitely a 9 is probably like an expected grade, I would say. Just doing a quick and nasty look over here. But yeah, anyways, regardless, it's another great Mbappe card. Been picking him up pretty solid here for quite a while now. Definitely want to continue to invest in him as bigger tournaments are coming up, Champions League and World Cup and all that stuff. So definitely think he's a good buy right now, even though he is still not very cheap. I would say it's not going to hurt you to pick him up. So yeah, nice little Mbappe there. Happy to have that. It's a nice clean one touch, so I'll keep this one for another day. I might end up sending that Mbappe in for grading, probably to PSA, just because the value proposition is way better than SGC. Plus, I don't think those look great in SGC slabs because they're too dark of a card, if that makes sense. I like SGC slabs for color cards and or white border cards. All right, moving on. There we go. All right, you guys might be seeing a lot of UFC in these next couple weeks of mailbags. I had this one already. This is the Anderson Silva Finest Atomic Refractor die cut, and this is out of the 2011 Finest set, which is the first year Finest. So yeah, just a beautiful card. I wanted to grab these again. They're super cheap, so I figured why not. So got another one of those. That. Do that. No? Okay. Alright, maybe we'll just slice it open. There we go. Alright, cool. So, also from the 2011 Finest set, this is the Dustin Poirier. This is his debut card, so his rookie card. So 2011, again, I've said it before, is a great set. It has a lot of amazing debut fighters in it. Jose Aldo being one of them, Poirier, Ronda Rousey, others. So just a very good set. Plus it's a first year Finest, so it's the first kind of higher end, I guess you'd call it, UFC set besides the base tops and I think Bloodline. I'm not sure if Bloodlines came out in, I gotta double check that. But regardless, there's a few parallels in this set, one being the X-Fractor, as you see here. So a common tops parallel. They had the regular refractor, the X-Fractor, I think a gold, and there might have been one more. I think there was a 101. I'm not sure if it's gold vinyl or not. I'll have to double check on that for you. But the X-Fractor is numbered here at 388. So semi-short printed, but yeah, just a nice looking card altogether. Poirier, obviously, is kind of up and down in, the rankings. Obviously his highlights being beating McGregor twice. So, he's definitely always going to be remembered for that. But, as far as is he ever going to hold and retain the belt for a long period of time is still kind of to be seen with him. So, yeah, I still like him, though. He's a good ambassador for the sport. Seems like generally a good dude. And, yeah, I think there's a lot of still collectability of him, even though his prices aren't as high as some of the others. I still think Poirier is one of those guys where, you know, you can get into him for pretty cheap right now, even though, you know, he's still has quite a good resume. There's a lot of fighters like that right now that are just like, you know, have great resumes, but just don't have that hobby value, which, you know, again, how you determine that, I don't know. It's still kind of a mystery to me of why people give certain fighters certain, you know, value rankings, and some others not much, but whatever. It is what it is. You'll see that, especially in UFC. I mean, it's apparent in basketball and other sports too, but like in UFC, there's guys who are either champions or they're, you know, multi-time champions that maybe have lost once or twice that just don't have the hobby value, which is crazy. So anyways, we'll talk more about that on UFC Fridays on another edition of that. So this is a package from Topps Now. I ordered something recently that I thought was a smart investment, even though I'm not a very big collector of this particular sport. I figured with all of the hype around F1, I should at least get something. I have yet to pull the trigger on any of the actual F1 cards, but I saw this, and this is right before their big race that they did over a week ago, a couple weeks, I don't know. Whenever you watch this, you'll probably be able to understand what I'm talking about. But Lewis and Verstappen had a pretty epic race, which Verstappen ended up winning, which was a little bit shocking. It's his first victory there over Lewis, but he, you know, leading up to it was kind of the, you know, the ultimate matchup, you know, the big battle for who's going to be the kingpin of F1. So I saw these cards go up on Topps Now, and I thought it'd be a pretty good investment because it kind of, you know, I guess you'd say, you know, kind of encapsulated the hype around this. So anyways, yeah, so I got a 10-pack of these. Thought they looked kind of cool, so I'll probably end up sending these to SGC to get slabbed. I think these Topps Now, if they're the right card, you know, not every Topps Now has value. They obviously make quite a bit of these for different, you know, different moments, I guess you call it. Some of the moments are just kind of like repetitive and kind of silly, but sometimes like these moments like this are pretty, you know, this is a pretty landmark moment in F1, and especially with the two, you know, hottest drivers that are super collectible right now on the same card. You know, it's kind of like the Ronaldo Messi sort of thing going on here. I thought it might be a decent investment. So yeah, I grabbed a little 10-pack of those, so I'll probably end up going through those, picking out the ones that I almost can guarantee will get 10s, and then sending those in to SGC. So yeah, just kind of look for things like that, you know. I do it for UFC. If you watch my UFC Fridays videos, I've done it a couple times now with a couple different you know, fighters that are making their debuts in UFC, because, you know, it makes sense when it's their first fight, and, you know, their first card essentially is going to be a Topps Now card or a Panini Instant, whichever one. Yeah, it just makes a lot of sense because you got the very first time they were put on a card is, you know, has value, right? So I figure that might be cool. So another fighter who is beloved, but obviously didn't come out on the right side of the last fight, which is really surprising to a lot of people, but I still like Nunes as definitely going to have some comeback potential. And I haven't purchased any of these Noir cards yet. These are out of Chronicles, so they may or may not come out with their own set eventually, but Noir in general is just a dope set. Like, I really like Noir. So I saw this one go up, and, you know, it seemed to be a pretty good price. It was right after her loss. So I was like, well, you know, now's the time to buy her because everyone's counting her out or whatever, or just not that high on her because she lost. But I was like, you know what, for the price, I think it was good. You know, the card looked pretty good in pictures. So this one's numbered out of 99. All the Noir base cards are out of 99, and they have, of course, you know, shorter print ones too. But yeah, this one looked pretty cool. I like Nunes. I still think she's going to come back and, you know, probably either reclaim her belt or, you know, work her way back up to that soon. So I still think there's value there. So yeah, the Noirs to me are nice pickups right now, just because the fact that they're not out of 99, and you know, all the major fighters have cards in the Noir set. So you know, some of the main guys, you know, you look at McGregor's or you know, any of the big names are, I mean, they're going for hundreds and hundreds of dollars raw. So I can imagine that, you know, the Nunez I got for the prices felt to me a little underpriced. So I said, why not pick that up? And then, you know, I'll probably hold it till she has her comeback fight, and then see what happens. I don't know what's going on here. Got caution heavy 35-pound tape on this. This thing probably weighs 3 ounces. That's okay. Again, not complaining. Overpacking is not a bad thing. All right. These guys must have had a lot of these labels they wanted to use. No clue what's in here. Doesn't feel like a slab. There we go. All right, well, it's a lot of packaging for a $30, $40 card, but hey, I appreciate it. So this is the Tom Brady 2003 Topps Chrome. So his second year Topps Chrome, his first year is 2002. I've now graded this card 2 times and have gotten 10s both times, and just resold one recently for over $700 after I bought it raw and graded it. So it's a pretty easy card to grade because it is that thicker Topps Chrome stock. Really, you're just looking for centering and potential, you know, surface problems. But if you can find one that looks centered in pictures and the corners look halfway decent, you got a pretty good shot at getting a 10 if you know what you're doing. So I like picking these up when I see them. I don't like to pay more than like $50 probably is my ceiling, unless it looks like really good, then maybe I'll pay $60. But again, the multiplier on getting a 10, and if you could sell it, you know, for $700+, I mean, it's a nice return on investment. So yeah, if you're looking for Brady stuff that isn't like part of, I mean, people are paying like $400 for a raw like 2008 refractor. You know, you're getting a second year Topps Chrome base card. You know, you could sell for $700 for like 30, 40, $50. You know, I mean, just that's a good investment. And if you don't have a ton of money to throw into Brady, this is a good way to, you know, get a high dollar value Brady card for a real low price. So anyways, 2003 Topps Chrome base. Make sure you don't get the ones that say God, what does it say? Sorry, I'm having a brain fart here. Daily or weekly something. There's some kind of one that has like a little yellow flash thing right here. I think it's, sorry, I'll totally remember once I stop recording this. But anyways, you want the base card. It does not have the like week in review, I think it says, or something like that in like this yellow little starburst here. Don't get those ones. Those ones have very little value compared to the base card. So make sure when you're buying these, you don't get the ones that say week in review, and you just get the basic standard base card, which is the one that you want. So just a little heads up. Sometimes it's hard to tell because they look very similar, except for that little yellow flash right here. So anyways, just a little insider info on that. Okay. It's one of these darn white envelopes. So let's go in this way. Cool. All right. Speaking of Jose Aldo and undervalued, so this is the same set, the 2011 Finest that we were looking at earlier with the Poirier. This is the gold though, so this is the one of the shorter prints. Sorry, figure out which way this team bag is. There it goes. It's upside down. There we go. There we go. So this one is numbered out of 88, which you can see there. This is a cool card because it kind of shows him in the middle of all of his fans, and you know, it's different than just like your typical fighting picture or whatever. I think it just really shows the adoration people have for Aldo. The reason why they call him the King of Rio. He really is, you know, kind of a national treasure there. So I do think this is a pretty appropriate card to have of him. You know, 2011 prime time, you know, of him killing it. So yeah, just think this is a great card. I think overall, and I'm sorry, I totally misspoke. In 2012, this is. 2011 is his actual debut card. This is his second year card, so my apologies. Anyways, numbered out of 88. This is the gold. I believe there's, I'll have to double check. I believe there's one lower print card, might be the gold vinyl, but don't know for sure. I'll have to double check. But anyways, awesome set, 2012. Any of the Topps Finest sets, I think it goes from 2011 to 2014 or 15, somewhere in there. It only ran for 4 or 5 years, but I love the Finest UFC cards. I think they're some of the most beautiful cards that the UFC ever did, outside of the Topps Chrome, which started in 17. So these were kind of the lead up to the Topps Chrome. But yeah, cool. All right, another Kelnick. This is the base chrome refractor out of Heritage, high number this year. So if you watch my videos, I cracked a box of this and wasn't super successful, but still, it's okay. I like the high number price of like $70 for a hobby box. It feels pretty good. But these are, I only got one out of my box, so the refractors are pretty few and far between. So got this one. Just, you know, with these, again, it's just centering and surface are your two big enemies. Centering on this looks pretty solid left to right. Top to bottom looks good, and then the surface is going to be your next issue. So that's it, though. I mean, they're pretty easy to hit, you know, a good grade on. This is numbered out of 572. So there's a couple other lower parallels. There's the red and the black, I believe. And then, of course, I think there's a 101, but the red and the black are slightly lower. I think the red is out of 372, and then the black might be out of 172 or something like that. But yeah, just a cool card overall for, you know, baseball. I like the Heritage. They just have a cool design, simple but, you know, understated. Nice rookie card logo on there. So yeah, I'm just picking up, you know, my guy here, Kelnick. Hopefully comes out blazing next year. Hopefully the lockout doesn't change anything as far as the schedule goes, because I'll be sad. Give me something to look forward to here after the dark days of winter. A little baseball on the schedule. All right, so more UFC for you guys. Some more 2012. So this is the second year for Dustin Poirier here, but this auction I got was pretty good. This is a 3-pack, so a 3 card lot of Poirier, and it has 3 different levels of card in here. So the first one is the gold, so this is just like the Aldo we just looked at here. So both the golds from the set numbered out of 88. And then the second one is the blue. This is kind of like the blue X-Fractor sort of. This is numbered out of 188. And then the last one is just the base refractor. So no number, but the refractor. So a little bit more short printed than the base card, but just your standard refractor there. So yeah, for the price I got all 3 of these, I felt pretty good about it. You know, I think these are, you know, easily, you know, probably gotta double check them, but nice gradable cards. You could throw these into you know, an SGC for a cheap price and get a decent return on them if you wanted to sell them. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. All right, and we'll just open this one easy breezy here. Okay, paperwork. All right, cool. So I ended up winning 2 auctions from the same seller. Sorry, tape these to the inside of the invoice. There we go. Some more UFCs. Hope there's a couple UFC fans watching, and you guys will appreciate all this UFC. Don't ever use Scotch tape on your top loaders. It's such a waste because I can't do anything with these afterwards. I'm just gonna have a bunch of residue and crap all over them. But these are again from the 2011 Topps Finest. So first year Finest, These are both the base refractors, but they are numbered. They did number the base refractors in 11, so numbered out of 888, you can see here. So just two kind of all-timers here, Anderson Silva and George St. Pierre. So I think, you know, again, you're not really going to go wrong with those two guys. They are legends and all-timers in the sport. So anything you can get of theirs early is definitely worth it. These aren't true like rookies. St. Pierre was in 2009 Topps, which is the very first UFC Top set, so that was considered his rookie card because it's his first one. Anderson Silva, I believe, was 2010 would have been his rookie. I don't think he was in the 09 Topps set, so I think 2010 Topps would have been his first year, but I'll have to double check that for you. But that's probably makes most sense. But anyways, two of the greats here, just grabbing, you know, early stuff of theirs in refractors, numbered cards, just a good investment all around in my opinion. So there you go. All right, well, if you made it this far, you are awesome. Thank you for watching the video again. Of course, if you haven't yet subscribed, now is your chance to do that before you go on your merry way. If you did like the video, if you made it this far, enjoyed it, hit the like button. And of course, leave a comment if there's something you want to comment on from my pickups. All right, guys, well, that is all we have for this week's Monday Mailbag. And thanks again for joining us on the House of Cards. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.